Nice. Yeah? No.
Check, check, check.
Oh, you shoot me. Don't be shooting me.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright, everybody. It looks like we're going live. So, I'm just gonna put this link out on the Scrim Networks and stuff so people know where it's at. And we'll get things started. It looks like we're getting our team slowly flowing into the server right now. Alrighty then, let's get this cast on the way underway. I'm ProdigySim, and we're here casting L4D2 match between Zone 69 and Team Belligerent. I'm here tonight with Blade Kira. How are you doing tonight, Blade?
Pretty good. It's just Blade, by the way.
Blade, well, you know, you go through different nicks. I felt like adding something onto your name.
Okay.
That. It's definitely the two of us, though, casting this game. This is the Cyber Gamer Amateur League Finals game. This is the end-all, be-all game right now. The winner of this is the champion of the league.
We don't have BNT fully loaded in right now. Do we know who's all on the roster for tonight?
I'm actually not 100% sure of who all is on the roster, but we should see them pretty quickly. It gives us some time to talk about some things. Team Zone 69 is in here, though, and they're looking like they've got Xeon, Smiles, Ryu, which I believe is still short for Ryu Zebian, and YTMISD. YMTISD. He wants his name written all out like that.
Well, we got Polis loaded in now, so now right now it's Polis and Jeff.
Polis and Jeff. Who's the M2 throwing bows? Is that not on their team?
I have no idea.
Alright, and I thought we were going to be able to do some War Room for this, but we had a last-minute cameraman switch, and I don't think we're going to be able to do War Room, so that's too bad. War Room with Belligerent is always quite hilarious, but we'll try to keep you guys entertained anyhow.
Yeah. That is a little sad, because I always love those gems. Gems of War Room.
Shooting some damn zombies.
Yeah, those are always quite good.
I'm really interested to see this match. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, these are two teams that a lot of people have been... I mean, these teams have been talked about quite a bit. Zone 69 just showed up for the Cyber Gamer Amateur League, and they have pushed their way to the top. They have really good team chemistry.
Got some banter going on in the chat. Talking about, don't say from Glitch tonight.
Yeah, there was an issue a couple weeks ago when Belligerent was playing against Snuggle Guns, where they played out a tank in the safe room, which isn't usually orthodox play. It's not strictly illegal, but it's usually frowned upon. But this should be a good game. Dark Carnival regarded as one of the more balanced maps in the game. We should see a really long game with a lot of good Survivor play in it.
Yeah, it already seems like they're talking a lot right now.
Yeah, it looks like the lineup for Belligerent we have now as BRB, Bowflexin, Polas, M2 throwing bows, I'm not quite sure who that is, and Belligerent Jeff.
Yeah, it's definitely looking to be good. I know our poor good friend Jay on Belligerent was grounded at the time and was not able to play. for this match. He will be
that's
missed.
too bad. We do have shoutouts available if you guys join up the Cybercasters Steam group. That's steamcommunity.com/groups/cybercasters. I'm sitting in there. I don't know if Blade's in there yet, but if you send your shoutouts to either me or Blade, we will get them and we will read your shoutout on the air, assuming it's at least somewhat clean.
Yeah, I just got in there right now. Got a shout out from Eclipse to Zone 69. Where's Shade?
Alright.
Gonna be interested in some high level play in this game.
Most certainly. Yeah, Belligerent has been around for a little bit longer. They've been They've been playing with a bunch of different lineups, and I believe they had to do a little bit of shuffling to get this lineup for tonight's game.
Yeah,
But they should be able to show us quite powerful play.
They've been switching out rosters like crazy lately, like because Jay's been grounded, Mode's been off doing other stuff. It's just these are all very solid players, though. I think their lineup's still pretty strong for tonight.
Most definitely. I've got a... Oh, okay, you already read that shout-out. I got the same shout-out from Eclipse. Just some other things I want to talk about tonight. The site L4D Nation has actually been booming. We're seeing a lot of players from the Left 4 Dead 1 scene, competitive scene, and some older players from the Left 4 Dead 2 scene showing up there. There's a lot of people looking for teams and making teams on that site right now, so if you haven't checked that out yet, or if you maybe checked it out and thought, oh, it's just another L4D now, no, you should really go back. There is a lot going on that site right now. Things are being added all the time. Blade's even writing articles and doing interviews on the website, so everyone should really check out that website and see all the new things that are coming up there.
Yeah, I'll be doing more interviews as more people request it. I did my first one with Nocturnal of Latino Heat for the Left 4 Dead 1 tournament. He was very nice, very compliant. It was very professional. It went off without a hitch.
Yeah, I read that interview. It was actually really nice, and it's really cool to be able to hear some things from top-level players like that.
Mm-hmm.
Be looking forward to more of those in the future.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with the activity of Left 4 Dead Nation. It seems like people that quit recently are coming back just because of the site.
Absolutely.
I feel like it was a really good decision by Rourke and the community in general.
Certainly. And the other big thing we have to talk about is the GXL. And we talked about that a bit in our last cast. That's actually coming up in the month of May, about May 6th through May 8th, I believe. And it's now confirmed that there is going to be both Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 events at that LAN. It's a LAN located in the northeast U.S. It's in Pennsylvania. And it's actually, the L4D1, I believe, is going to be a Pro Series event at this point. And the L4D2 event could become a Pro Series event if we get enough people for Left 4 Dead 2 signed up for that. So, if you have the time available in May, or if you're in the area, or if you can find a team to go with it, you should definitely sign up for the GXL. I'm sorry. It's actually going to be really cool so far. We've got a lot of players going to that.
Yeah, I was really interested in that. I'm gonna try to make it, and if I can't find a team, I'll just bring pom-poms.
Hell yes. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going. There's actually threads on L4D now about... Or L4D Nation. Oh, man. What a slip up there. Big old Freudian slip. Anyway. But yeah, on L4D Nation, there's threads about carpooling. There's threads about forming teams for the event. There's just a lot going on with the GXL there. We actually have... There's a board entirely for the GXL just for all the information about that.
Yeah, it's really shaping up to be something that's going to be really fun to do. I just think a LAN for Left 4 Dead would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to go. I mean, there's just so many people from the community that are going to be showing up there. It's going to be great to go and meet all these people and hang out with them. And of course, play some games with them in a LAN setting. And let me tell you, playing this game in a LAN setting is incredibly satisfying. It's no long arm, there's no missed dead stops, everything just works perfectly.
Yeah.
And you'll be competing for prizes there, so it's just win-win-win situation. Looks like we're almost ready to start the game here. Just waiting for Bowflexen to ready up. He's saying in chat that he's rallying up the team right now. They're doing their pep talk, putting on face paint.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping for these war rooms. Just based off the chat itself.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we probably won't be doing those, but it would be...
Tis a shame.
It is a shame. We do have Zone 69 setting up on Survivor side first.
Got Xeon rocking out Nick, Smiley V rocking out Rochelle, Ryu rocking out Coach, and then Lion.
Hey, look at this here.
Oh, and the game just started. Okay.
We are live now. Blade respect, please.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
Now we can die there as a dog.
I'm on it.
Oh,
I'm on it.
It was happening on my HUD too. But yeah, we've got this started. Zone 69 moving up.
Reload.
It looks like our infected are set with a 3-1 setup right now, I believe, with Smoker, Hunter, and Charger, along with the Boomer there. Hunter's pre-spawning in front. Looks like he's probably going to be opening this attack as they move forward. Zone 69 is moving forward here. Hunter's still not quite moving in.
Alright, we see Hunter just bouncing around right now. Oh, Boomer. Let it on 1. Oh, 2, 3.
3 boom! Getting a 3 back there.
Smoker,
Paul going in on the back.
3.
Wow, 3 One with charges. Oh my god. Save for him. First hit.
That was, oh my god, what high-level play.
High-level play indeed. Wow, I can't believe that. The Boomer's still going in for scratch. An in-cap right out of safe room on Dark Carnival. ZSN smiles as Rochelle going down right there. That was actually incredible. I can't believe they made that entire attack.
That's just made the cast in itself, like, that's personally one of the hardest attacks to pull off well, and they just completely annihilated them. That Boomer did work.
That's for sure.
That whole team did work. Alright, we got Hunter Spitter spawning in spawn mode right now. Jeff and Polis, Battlegrounds and spawns, Boomer, Smoker. And
we do have a 2-2 setup. So we probably won't see quite as an amazing attack as we saw last time. It looks like they're setting up in case the survivors push up for this Molotov, which it looks like they're probably going to do. Pull is spawning up, getting a pull from really far away, but it gets cleared pretty quickly. They do get that boom in, and Spit is coming in last second.
Yeah. You got a lot to live up to after that first attack, but that was just amazing.
That was absolutely amazing. They did get the boom in right here, so that should be enough to make their attack successful. Survivor's not really moving very fast at all. Plus they have 3 survivors chugging pills already. Ouch.
Come on, girl. We ain't gonna leave you behind.
Looks like we got Smoker, Boomer, Charger, and Jockey.
Yep. Boomer going in, but getting popped immediately right there. We do still have a tri-cap right now. We're going to see if Belligerent decides to hold it for the next hit, or if they're going to go in with it somewhere around here. Smoker thinking maybe he can get a pull off there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get a pull off of that side. Yeah, he's giving up right now. We've only got about 5 seconds before Nemi's spawn gets back up, and we'll have another hit. Alright, Nemi has gotten the spitter. And it looks like they're planning to hit here pretty quickly as soon as the spawn gets unblocked from their charger. This could be a really powerful hit. Spitter and Smoker spawning up. Doesn't really have anything to pull right now. But it looks like the hit is going to go. Jockey going for some separation. Maybe to get Char. Wow, onto the one survivor with a lot of health left.
And he gets
in cap.
That was
as
beautiful.
he takes that drop. That was... Wow.
They did not set off the car alarm, but, I mean, that's just... They're getting torn apart here.
Yeah, we still have not seen the tank for this map, too. Zone 69, they're going to have to kick it into high gear. I can't imagine how they're feeling about this so far. We do have a Hunter spawning to get some of the separation here during a... Hunter and Charger both going in on Ellis in the front, managing to get the pounce with Mega Separation. Charger getting back before he gets it, but still huge damage.
We have it down, and the tank's just pushing right in. I mean, this is it. I think.
Yeah, I think this could be it right here. They have a considerable amount of health. It's not like they're all slow, but this positioning and this much bleed.
Yeah, there is a lot on our shell, but they're starting to back up. Gonna try and put some chip on that tank. The tank is up in the hands of Nimi.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they held the tank off there with that light a little bit. A really good thing to do there. And they are moving back to the highway, but they're just bleeding out so much that if this tank just plays it slow and keeps some sight, the survivors are going to be pretty much dead by the time he moves in.
Yeah. The survivors are literally losing 4 health bonus about every 20 seconds. Like, this is just...
Yeah, this is not good for them.
We have a Hunter Jockey Charger to accompany the tank. Tank's sitting about 50% rage right now.
Yeah, we do have a tri-cap on SI. He's got the car positioned fairly well. If he can manage to get this up onto the highway, it can be really good. Looks like the SI are going to go in to try to give him the car opening, and he does get straight onto YMT right there. We have another survivor downed, I believe, by the jockey who went in on the front there. And wow, 2 in-caps on this tank already, and he's still at about 75% health.
Yeah, YMTS ISD, God, excuse me, is black and white, and it's just... Oh, we got 2 black and white right now.
Highway's blocked.
And
We can cut through this motel.
Polis is now taking control of the tank, and he's just got plenty of life right now.
Absolutely. I believe they had a double pass there, and so they lost the jockey. But they do have a Boomer and a Smoker, and wow! Smoker getting a pull on one of the separated survivors. Boom going in on that one. They still have 3 survivors not boomed. One consider blown up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he's getting that car in there. He is going in on coach to try to get that in cap. Polis is kind of missing punches, but besides that, he's doing fine.
Wow.
Oh, his health is actually
certainly
quite low.
did miss punches.
Oh!
Yeah, this tank's... Last second car kill from that tank right there. The tank does go down though. Yeah, Polis missed actually a couple punches. He missed a punch on the car up top, and then missed another punch on one of the survivors, hitting the in-cap player instead. But right now there's only 3 survivors left alive with almost no health. Belligerent is just doing an amazing job this map.
I really want what Belligerent drank before this game. Like, Jesus Christ. They are just... For a team that hasn't been able to scrim regularly because of problems with the team roster, they are just doing work.
Yeah, this has actually been incredible.
We got 2 black and white, and our HR Xeon actually hasn't been down yet, but besides that, I mean...
Yeah, Xeon doing a real good job preserving her own health. It's like we've got some jockey intimidation going on right here. It's just going to bleed out the survivors a little bit more.
Got 2 support infected, so it's 2-2, but it still could do work depending on how they take this.
And it's certainly got enough potential to slow down the survivors a lot if this boom late.
We got set Hill's handing off to Rochelle, though. None of them are crippled right now, so we'll see what they do.
That's good. Xeon doing a real good job keeping track of spawns in the back while managing that hunting rifle. And we do have the hit coming. Oh, door getting open to block that charger, who actually gets skeeted by the focus fire from the survivor. Boom does go in on one of them, but after the spit gets out of the way, they're going to be able to book it, and book it's what they need to do.
Bowflex and left alive, the loneliest boomer in the world.
He did manage to get that despawn right there. Survivor's still able to move, getting a little bit hoarded onto Xeon there, who's now slow. The boomer going back in, but he doesn't have his chart. He does get a proxy by being lit onto Ellis right there. Controlled by YMT, and we do have the tri-cap. Looks like it's going to go in. Survivor's just going for distance right now, it seems. A pull missing, Pound's getting dead spot. Oh! And the chart. Wow, all 3 survivors stuck on the ledge perfectly.
God.
But it's a 2-cap anyway, as Ellis gets killed before anyone can get saved right there. Wow.
Amazing. That was just...
That is probably the most exciting round I've seen on this map, on map 1 of Dark Carnival.
Yeah,
that was more exciting than anything I've ever seen before.
BNT taking no prisoners.
Absolutely. We'll have to see if Zone 69 can follow up on that on the survivor side.
I'm not too sure about that, but we'll see. I have not seen Zone 69's infected, so... We have Jeff rocking out Coach, Nemi rocking out Rochelle, Polis on Nick, and Bowflexing on
That was
Ellis.
just uncalled for.
I can always use
Serious.
I'm grabbing
A good
pills.
setup, Bowflexing on Ellis.
Whispering Oaks.
Ellis Bowflexing is key. And we have 2 Uzis, 2 shotguns, so pretty standard setup, depending on who you ask. Oh, Smoker coming in early, very early attack. Hunter pounds it in.
We do have the pounce landing while the pull was landed. They got a few punches from that charger. I'm not sure if they actually got any damage from it, though. They maybe only had one of their punches register. That was a pretty well executed first hit there. That charger not getting damage from the punches made it not be quite as successful. Still a really good opening hit. It obviously wasn't as good as Belligerent's first hit, but as far as openings go on this map, that was pretty good. They got about 50 damage in altogether.
Yeah. Both teams got solid openings, in my opinion, but I don't think Belligerent was expecting a hit that early. Like, the Smoker spawned the minute he could, the second.
Yeah.
We
That can be a good opening.
Spitter, Charger, Boomer, so we have 2-2. And this can actually be devastating, because the Boomer's sitting up on the truck.
Yeah, they just have to be careful here because Zone 69's taking their time clearing out common. These areas are just too open that unless they execute perfectly or get them to run into some spawns, there's not a lot for them to do right here. As
like
infected.
Nemi already found another set of pills and he committed to that, so they're all sitting at mostly over 90 except Bo, and they're holding right now, looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to figure out whether they're going to go for that Molotov or not. Because this is like the only choke point in this area before bridge. And it looks like the pull is going to go in. How quickly will it get cleared? Quite quickly. The boom does land onto the survivor, and the charger just barely missing Polis right there. Looks like the survivors slowed a little, but they're delaying the kills on some of these SI, which can be a pretty good move. Looks like the spitter kill is going to be quite delayed. Yeah, they've got a spread of about 10 to 15 seconds on their spawns right now. And so Belligerent's going to be able to push through this choke point. Bowflexing is, of course, going to push up and probably grab that sniper. I believe Bowflexing's still full-time sniper for that team. Yes, he does grab it. And now Zone 69 only has a couple more hits before this tank spawns.
Yeah, they really need to do some damage. Like, Belligerent was bleeding out and crippled by this point. They need to do some work.
Now, of course, if the tank is able to work well with some cars, it's not going to matter how much health Belligerent has beforehand. I mean, a kill is a kill. But yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to do things with 4 survivors on high permanent health.
Whispering Oaks Motel.
We do have a 3-1 setup right now. Charger, Hunter, Jockey, Boomer. I'll have to see when they decide to pop this. Charger's still sitting next to the survivors up there. It looks like they are going poolside, and this Charger's going to spawn up behind him. Just as soon as one drops, I can imagine this Charger's going to spawn. Boomer going in, getting one of the survivors. Charger gets the spawn. Oh, but he gets wrecked by focused SMG fire as the Charger goes in. Wow.
That was a very stagger infected attack. I don't think they were exactly sure where they wanted to position for that, and they just ended up getting tunneled. A little spread out right now, but it's not a big deal as they're on the spawn timer. Just a little hoarded, but like I said, this is minimal damage compared to what ZSN was by this point.
I have to say, though, the way that Charger was positioned, it was only really like a split second. If he had charged like a half a second earlier, he would have gotten a multi-charge onto 3 of them, which would have been absolutely devastating. I think that was a hit designed against BNT, knowing that BNT would go towards the pool. Yeah, some of the other SI didn't have quite the best positions, but that Charger was definitely pretty deliberate there. The tank has, of course, not been spawned yet, though, and we do have another 3-1 setup with Hunter, Charger, Smoker, and Spitter. And this is probably going to be held for that tank, especially with that Spitter and Charger right there, since they have to move into the room to start that tank.
Let's check out the motel.
Looks like we've got a pause coming in from Zone 69 right now. Somebody's having mumble issues.
Oh, okay.
As we're waiting for the Survivor team to finally get the courage to move up. Right now they have this whole area cleared up, and they're just working on setting up some gas cans strategically. Which is definitely a good move. But the unpause is coming in.
Seems eerily quiet right now, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, they don't want to take too long doing this. The horde timer is actually dangerously close right now. They've got about 20 seconds before the next horde.
Yeah, honestly, I would say they probably need to clear this before the tank spawns, or they might have
Yeah.
trouble.
If they're not aware of that timer, though, and it starts up just when they're starting the tank, they could have real issues. We have B&T Jeff getting a little separated. Looks like he wants to start the tank. The horde is coming in just right now,
Yeah,
though,
maybe
and they're all
after
going to
they're-
drop back.
Yeah. As they got the courage to move up, this horde comes there all the way back to the pool. Oh, no, Smoker getting on Nick, completely separated. Spitter getting on that. Charger going to intercept. Hunter going in. Charger missing just
wow.
barely. Nick getting
Quite a
cleared
whip
by,
from that Charger.
yeah. Nick took tons of damage from that. He is now crippled. Oh,
Yeah.
He committed his set of pills, so we're sitting at Polis with the Molly, and we have 3 other sets of pills, so they're not in terrible shape, and they're just going to rush right up to this tank.
I think they're going to actually... No, it looks like they're not going to. I was wondering if they were going to maybe push up to highway at that point, but it looks like they don't have the opportunity. They're going to push back to the overpass behind.
Tank is up in the hands of Xenon. Got Boomer, missing completely, getting popped.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they just need to drop these 2 non-cappers, though.
Yeah, they really do.
They've still got that spitter there, which is going to do absolutely nothing once they're on this highway here. Getting some scratches, and,
Great shot. Weapons
yep,
over
going
here.
down right there.
Just getting that rock, just barely.
Over here.
Yeah, the survivors are about 50% health at this point.
Yeah.
Is the tank getting chipped? Not quite.
No. He is
They don't
trying to
chip
get cars
going in
in.
there.
Oh,
What an
Wow.
interesting Carlin! Right onto the side of the billboard. I hope he doesn't hit it with the rock. But that could actually be really devastating if he just gets the right punch on that. Alright, now Smiles has taken control of the tank.
Yeah. The way it looks, positioning, I think that's just going to be like a roll of the dice car with Malphus.
Yeah.
We have the tank pushing in right now. He's going to get lit.
They do have the 3 cap. The tank is going to commit with Hounds landing on one of the survivors. But
Double
it's
hit.
cleared really quickly.
Nick juking but getting jockeyed right afterwards. Ellis is getting pinned by the tank.
It looks like this isn't going to be a wipe, but there's going to be a huge amount of damage going in right here. Bowflexen getting punched, probably going to go down. Just one more punch required. Tank's still in yellow. I think the survivors are getting a little bullheaded there. Polis running straight into it. Now this tank doesn't have a lot left. It's just trying to bait the survivors into getting some bad positioning. And it does go down.
All considering, that wasn't a bad tank at all.
Yeah, they handled it really well. And they've got enough bleed that they can actually hold their own here and keep Belligerent from getting too far ahead.
I mean, they still need a wipe, though. I mean, if they make it to the safe room with any sort of help, they'll be in a commanding lead in map 2.
Sniper for me.
Yeah, definitely. Their health bonus is sitting at about 200 right now. And we have a 3-1 setup from Zone 69 right here with the spitter. It looks like they're opting to hit here pretty quickly. And the jockey is spawning up to start the attack. Smoker on back also, getting a pull onto one of the survivors. Charger not quite able to get out of this room and getting leveled by Polis right.
This smoker's
Wow.
still doing tons of damage. Yeah, we got
Wow.
to cap.
That was health bonus too. Nemi was carrying all of that health bonus right there. So the survivors are down to only B&T Jeff with the sliver, well, about 10 permanent health. Do have that horde coming in, but it looks like B&T's just going to push through. Getting some pills to Nemi, so they should be able to move pretty quickly now. Jeff is actually slow at this point. Zone 69 has their next setup, but it looks like they're probably going to save it for the drop.
Reloading.
Would be advisable as the survivors have already moved out to the highway.
Yeah, I say just let them take their time, let them bleed. I mean,
Yeah, that's a really good move.
Jeff being the only one that hasn't gone down yet. Everyone else has been down at least once.
Yeah, Bowflexen's about to become slow. He just turned slow. Or actually, he's been slow for a little bit, but this is not looking good for the survivors now. If they don't find some extra pills, it's going to be pretty easy for these SI to just hit them over and over again, and eventually lead up to that wipe.
Looks like they plan to drop the hunter spawning by the tree spawn in at the drop on the left side.
Watch it, guys.
Good idea.
Hill looks pretty.
It's always a good idea to pre-spawn, especially for this hit,
I actually
if
don't
you
see
can.
any extra pill spawns, and yeah, they'll be in trouble. Oh, we have the drop coming.
Charger coming in from the back. It looks like Survivor's not quite planning to drop down yet. Baited that Charger into getting a little bit of chip. Honestly, though, a well-timed charge could actually, or a well-aimed charge could get all of them before he gets skated. But we'll just have to see what Belligerent can do with this. They managed to get a shot there on that ledge while they were sitting there. It looks like they're going to drop down to the side. Boomer coming in, but probably going to get popped. Managing to get Polis anyway. The pounce does land on one of the Survivors. The Charger's going for intercept. Getting the last of the health bonus down on Jeff.
Yeah, they are definitely in trouble. Both looks are going down. Jeff at 1 health.
That was a really good move by Zone 69. They didn't go for the charge. They didn't go for the extra cap. They just got 2 players down far enough that it's going to take... It's actually going to take Belligerent so long to save themselves at this point that they'll have another hit. And they already have spawns once again. A 2-2 this time.
Their HR is actually black and white, and that's definitely a problem. I mean, that's
Certainly.
very careful. Boomer coming in on the right side, getting
Too far.
Yeah.
Hands landing on one of the Survivors. Pull not quite landing. Getting a little bit of spit chip. Some going in on Polis right there. Who's actually about to go down and goes down to a comet after getting spit chip.
Clearing that whole attack and has to be picked up. We have 2 black and white right now, and their health bonus is pretty much non-existent. And the random horde timer is 30 seconds. I mean, not looking good for VNT. Don't think they're going to make this map.
No, definitely not looking like it. And even if they do, it'll maybe be like 1 or 2 people with almost no health. Jockey spawning up to try to get a little intimidation right here, slow him down. But it looks like the Survivors are just going to push through. Pull going in on the back. A lot of separation from that. And Pounce does land. I believe the Jockey got cleared pretty quickly. And wow, actually clearing that smoker, Bowflex and clearing that just before Jeff goes down. Survivors, however, 2 of them are quite hoarded at this point. And just finishing it up right here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they'll have spawned for the door hit, I believe.
Safe house in the trailer.
Yeah, with 2 Survivors, black and white though. Like I said, it's just going to be 1 or 2 of them in there, but Belligerent has actually done a real good job keeping
Leaving
themselves
Coach
alive.
for dead. Poor Jeff, he will be missed.
Oh wow, actually, these 3 Survivors are all bleeding out right here. Oh, the Charger tries to get a stumble through the wall for an end cap. Actually, it would have been a kill, but he doesn't quite get it. Now, as soon as Polis's health finishes bleeding all the way out, the infected might as well just kill this last Survivor.
And that's exactly what they're doing.
Just to speed things up a little bit. Yeah, there's actually a way to get around the back of that safe room. If the Charger could find that way, he'd be able to get over there and actually get some end caps, but it looks like they're not quite going to get it. Yeah, I feel like Zone 69 was a little bit sloppy on their last few attacks. Yeah. They were just basically, they didn't use the best locations, but I mean, they were just going for, all we need to do is slow them down, and we'll get the wipe.
Yeah. But, I mean, they still did good damage. I mean, B&T basically walked in with nothing health bonus-wise, so they're not even that far ahead, even though they got tons of distance. I mean, it's still looking to be pretty close as we move into map 2. I mean, this has already been an exciting map 1.
Yeah, Zone 69 got wiped pretty hard on that first map, but they are showing that they aren't going to be affected by it. They kept Belligerent from getting much of a lead, and now it's still anybody's game.
Never heard of them. They any good?
Hell yes.
The entire team of Zone 69 loading up before Belligerent does. Zone 69 will be infected for this round.
Tony Stark in AK is giving a shout to Zone 69. Sorry, I thought you were all an Asian ethnic team. And a shout to Polis for redeeming himself from No Mercy 1 last time I saw him. We have this game started. I don't know where my brain is tonight. She's got a Zone 69. Oh, and we have a pause. I'll go ahead and keep
Ruh-roh.
talking. Zone 69 having a Charger, Smoker, Boomer, Hunter, which is a pretty good setup for this attack. This attack is almost harder than map 1 to get off, depending on how you do it.
Yeah, some teams have been finding some pretty good ways that they like to do their attacks here. Some of them are more successful than others. But this is sort of the setup you want for this. Smokers can set up in a lot of places to get some separation. And of course, Charger and Hunter have pretty good mobility and damage output.
Is it too early to say, or do you have any predictions, Prodigy, for the end of this match?
Phew, for the whole match, it is really hard to say.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. I really have no idea what's
Yeah,
with this. I feel like
I have
DNT
no idea.
has a slight upper lead right now. Well, I mean, of course they do, but I mean, like skill-wise. But I mean, I haven't seen much from Zone 69, so they could just pull a Rapid out of their hat. And we
Yeah.
have the Horde trickle in a little bit. Shout out to pauses for making the average time of a match 2 hours. One thing I do not like about the first attacks in this game, they take forever, but it's a
They
necessary
absolutely
evil.
do. Looks like the survivors are going to go up and check for some items here on the right side.
Reloading.
Opting not to get anything over there. It looks like there's not much there anyway. Actually, Nemi picking up the axe from that room.
Oh, we have a charger coming in,
Yeah.
Boomer. Oh, wow.
They managed to get 2 of them boomed right there, and the Charger had to steal from the Smoker, but managed to get a double charge. Actually only getting 10 damage off of that charge, and I didn't quite see what happened with the Hunter, but I imagine he either got skeeted or, yeah, I believe he got skeeted completely. No damage went in for Xeon right there.
Yeah. That had the potential to be very bad, but B&T cleared that very well. And it looks like they're moving up to the Nomi area.
Yeah, Zone 69 doing a really good job of coordinating their attacks and landing the important capper. But it looks like Belligerent's just doing a better job of clearing those attacks quickly.
Got Boomer
at this
coming in,
point.
landing on 1. What looks like the effector are going to be... oh, massive separation!
Oh, wow.
Stop.
Yeah, we did have a huge amount of separation there by that Smoker, but and the Boomer was popped as soon as Coach was smoked right there. But we didn't get a whole lot with the rest of the attack. The Hunter wasn't able to intercept very well. He got dead stopped, I believe. And the Spitter, of course, not getting a lot of ticks there. Overall, only about 10 damage coming in extra for that hit.
And it's just like... I feel like these attacks should be doing more, but B&T is just doing very well, Survivor.
Yeah, ZSN is kind of opting to go for quick hits rather than saving for certain chokes at this point, though. I mean, that wasn't the greatest area to hit, and they were only able to get 1 survivor because of it. But
That was still a great separation pull. I mean,
yeah, they're definitely good at doing the attacks that they're doing.
yeah, where's that witch, actually?
Yeah, I don't see her either. I'm a little bit confused about that. Oh, it looks like she's right in the end room right there,
Oh,
as your
okay.
cameraman has probably already pointed out for the viewers. We do have a pretty good setup for this. Boomer, Smoker, Jockey, Charger, all the mobility SI able to play on this witch right now.
They're also behind the Survivors, actually.
It looks like Jockey spawning up, trying to get that scratch. He does scratch the witch, but Coach has moved out of the way just in time. I'm not quite sure what the Survivors are going to do about this. It would be a really good idea for them to light the witch with that Molotov, since there's another one in the room right there. But it looks like they're just going to wait for her to un-aggro and maybe think about going for that crown or a stumble again. We do have a horde coming in from the back.
Yep. It's going to be trickling a little bit. It won't be much of a problem. I don't think Zone 69 is going to go in on that. We're just...
No, they could try to go in and maybe get some damage, but they would not be able to play on that witch at all if they went in right there.
Can't pass up the freaking cap.
Absolutely not. Looks like Pull is baiting up again, and they're going to go for the light, which does get startled. Jockey's stuck on the other side of the fire right there, moving to the backside, opting not to get damaged right there. Smoker Pull getting destroyed immediately, and the Charger whipping past Nemi right there, who just freed herself from the pull at the last second.
That attack was completely shut down.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the best thing that could have happened in that situation for Belligerent. We had a Boomer coming in, get on 1, just sacking, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely time to sack. They had a Boomer and a Jockey, and now they're going to need to set up for the attack on top of the ladder.
no shooting that.
Assuming there's no tank spawn.
Holy shit, guys!
I wish I could be that happy.
Belligerent still sitting with 2 players at 94 and 97 health.
They're playing very strong survivor side this map.
Hunter pouncing around a bit, probably just going for distraction at this point, as I don't imagine they're going to want to drop him so close to the ladder hit.
They might actually want to sack for a charger. Don't know.
It would be a good idea, but I believe Belligerent would just push up too quickly and take the choke.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already halfway through this area. Yeah, this isn't actually the greatest setup for this choke point. They have the spitter, but they don't have the charger. They've only got Hunter, Jockey, Smoker at this point.
I think if they play this well, they can still get a good bound chip on this. I mean, this choke point is
Certainly.
pretty brutal.
Yeah, if you get one jockeyed player off the side of that building, it's almost completely disastrous for your team. And of course, we've not seen the tank spawn yet, so there's still the possibility of a tank spawning before this choke right here. In which case, having a smoker and having a jockey can actually be really good for getting some separation.
Reloading.
I'm reloading.
I found a burger tank in this place. I'm gonna be a one-man cheeseburger.
Just trying to bait this. I don't think that. I wouldn't assume they would be attacking here, but who knows?
Well, we have seen Zone 69 go from some attacks that aren't standard metagame attacks for Left 4 Dead 2, so they have to be a little bit cautious. Plus, there is still that chance of the tank going up there, and you know, if the tank started in that hallway, him walking up like that, ghosting would be a good move.
Yeah. The charger is just so important for this attack. I mean, even if the tank spawns, you can charge them back up. I mean, it's kind of devastating for them not to have that.
Yeah. But we'll have to see what they can do with it anyway. SI pre-spawning up top. Oh, I believe we do have the tank in the hands of Smiles right now. It looks like he's going to get the intercept right there.
Oh.
Blocking all 4 survivors in this area. Missing a punch right there, going a little bit early. He is spreading some good damage. Getting lit, though. And it looks like he's going to have to play with these dumpsters in order to do anything. We still do have 2 SI up, an AI smoker, and a jockey right now. He needs to find a way to angle this dumpster into that room, though. And this could be the end for Belligerent if this is played right. We've got 3 survivors trapped in smaller. 2 dumpsters hitting right now. AI smoker showing that he's absolutely worthless. But it looks like the last survivor is cornered by the tank right now and has gone down. And this should be it for Belligerent right here. Wow.
Yeah, that was just amazing. It was such...
Belligerent opting to hide in that room, which can be a good place to stay if you're not going to have any hittables available. But, yeah, quite a wipe.
Yeah. And now that Zone 69 knows that tank, they'll probably play it in the back. I mean, this could be the deciding point.
Yeah, if they can manage to get the run back for that, that would be good. Of course, I would have actually liked to see, what I would have liked to see Belligerent do is take that opportunity to run up top.
Yeah.
Which can also be, it's definitely a much better place to be than downstairs with all the dumpsters.
Reloading.
But yeah, with the way the SI went in, I think they could have pulled that off. It's of course still a risky move, but anything in that area is.
I think they definitely panicked. Like, they spent all that time ghosting and baiting, and then the tank spawned right as they were about to do it. I mean, it was just such bad timing. Like, we were saying, what the tank
Absolutely.
spawns, and it did.
Reloading.
Alright, we see Belligerent now with the 3-1 setup here. Zone 69, of course, going to kill Common and bait this out of just for a little bit here. We do have the survivors moving up on the left side. Looks like Rochelle, Smiles is gonna go and check the side.
Heads up.
Pretty much nothing there though, except for that one fire axe. And that mob timer is actually counting down. I'm hoping the survivors move forward through this choke before that goes.
Yeah, it looks like they are. But
They're moving through.
this could still be bad timing, because that horde timer is taken out at 15 seconds. I mean, if BNT
SI
was
should
longer...
be going pretty soon though. They're in the open area right now. It looks like they're just waiting for the smoker to get a pull. And yes, the pull is going to go in on a separated Nick, I believe. Pounce landing for 15 damage, actually, on Coach right there.
Coach?
Oh, wow, that actually went down really quickly.
Yeah, the minute Ryu took that damage, everything else got clear. The Charger got just massacred. I mean,
Yeah, a little sloppy by BNT right there. I felt like they probably should have triggered that sooner, and they really needed to land at the same time.
now the Horde is trickling in from the random mob timer, and they're just gonna clear this. Charger, Spitter, Hunter, and Boomer. So that'll be an interesting setup for this. I don't know if they're gonna go in now because Zone 69 might rush the Witch if they do. So.
I feel like it would be a better move for them to use this right here. This is a pretty good choke point with a Charger and a Spitter and a Boomer. Right when the survivors are entering the warehouse up ahead. It looks like they're still thinking about maybe hitting them in this area, though.
Not to play with fire,
But I'd have to imagine they're going to do it somewhere in the warehouse. The Hunter is waiting by that Witch. So another
Boomer
thing we
getting
might see...
one.
Oh yeah, we have a boom landing on one of the survivors there. And it looks like the other SI are just going to wait. I was thinking maybe they'd drop all of their SI except for the Hunter, just to try to fake a Zone 69 into going for that Witch, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Zone 69 setting up that propane tank, and of course they do have the Molotov in the hands of Smiles right now, who looks like he's set up for taking out that Witch.
Well, folks are picking up a smoker, so I don't know if he's going to play that to his advantage since they do not have a jockey.
Yeah, of course, having this Hunter in front instead of the jockey gives them the advantage of being able to right-click that Witch. The light going in and the Witch rolling around like crazy.
Hunter
Jeff pouncing in,
Actually,
managing to land, and the Charger's going on the back right here. Witch is still moving around a bit, of course getting killed rather quick, but a lot of chip going in right now, actually. Managing to get a pounce, a charge, and a smoke into some spit right there.
yeah, the Spitter thought the Charger was going to pound the guy on the far right, but he actually went for a diagonal charge and missed completely. It was truly tragic.
Yeah, if that spit had landed in the right spot, there would have been a massive amount of chip on a couple of those survivors there.
Holy shit, guys! Kittyland!
We do have ZSN sitting about similar to what Belligerent was at this point.
Hey, I'm reloading.
Actually, I think they're a little bit lower, just by a few points of health. But they're going to be moving up through this area, and they're going to have to run into that tank pretty quick. BNT does have a Hunter, Charger, Spitter, and Boomer right now, which is actually a pretty good setup. For being a 2-2 during a tank right here, the Spitter can catch him in this area. The Boomer is going to have him boom for that tank to move in on, which is great with hittables. And of course, Charger and Hunter both really good SI for blocking people.
Yeah, this is actually a terrific setup for a tank interception, depending on who gets it. Looking at the scores, it's probably going to be Bowflex, which means they'll lose their Spitter, which could be kind of tragic, but...
He can always pre-spit it just as he spawns, which might be a good idea. I don't see quite where he's set up right now. Yeah, of course, with these low of scores, it's actually only about it's less than a 50% chance for Bo to get that tank, so it's kind of up in the air as to who's going to get it. Hopefully they can make the right choice with their SI, though, and they'll still be able to hold the survivors in here.
It is so important for Zone 69 to finish this tank. I mean, it's going to be tough, but they can pull this off. They'll have a commanding lead based on how they take the rest of this map.
Absolutely.
If they can steamroll through the rest of this map with this health, I mean, they will be crushing Belligerent.
They're still sitting with pills, and there's not any pills in the immediate vicinity. There's probably going to be some later on in the map. If they can make it through this tank with 4 survivors still alive, I don't see them having a problem making it through the rest of the map. Now they are pushing up, and the tank has spawned in the hands of Nemi right here, so the Hunter is AI'd. This is a pretty good setup, and it looks like Zone 69 opting to move up. Hunter landing for a little bit of an intercept right there. Charger actually getting... Oh, wow! Charger's still alive! Oh, not quite able to get the charge off of the ledge there, but Xeon is going to die if the survivors can't manage to move up here and get past the tank. The tank's sitting at that ladder choke point, though.
Coach getting
survivors.
Coach actually getting pinned.
He ran in past the tank, but now he's allowed the survivors to push up right there. Xeon has died, but the survivors are still alive, sitting with a tank with very little help right now. Just one smoker in spawn mode, which probably isn't going to be able to defuse him.
Smoker coming in. Jockey.
Oh, wow. Amazing multis by Nemi right here. And it looks like one survivor has been capped, and there's only ZSN Smiles left.
Oh, he gets the clear.
He does get that clear, but to what ends? It looks like he's going down right now. Ellis is the only survivor left on temp health and getting pounced by the last hunter right there. Wow. Keeping this game really close.
It is 675 to 563. That is still really close.
That is insanely close for these maps.
I actually have quite a few shoutouts. I'll read those right when the map switches.
Are you just getting shoutouts from the chat or people messaging you?
People messaging me.
Ooh. Wonderful.
I'm a very popular guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are going to go into map 3 here, the coaster map.
Hope my game loads in right so I can read these shoutouts. Well, I can read those anyways. There we go. Shout out from Breaker to Purple, get owned, noob. Shout to Frank, I love you.
Also from Breaker, I assume.
No, I have one from Happy. Shout to the stream being as choppy and low quality as his normal gameplay on a good day.
Ouch. Yeah, sorry about the stream, guys. We had another cameraman set up for this one, but we had to do a last-minute switch due to something coming up for that cameraman. And I apologize about that. I really wish we could have had the perfect stream for this finals game. But I hope you guys all stay and watch, as this is an exciting match, and this is the match we've all been waiting for.
Shout out from Antero to Ellis from Zone 69. Nice dead stop. Ouch. Antero being quite a controversial pub star.
He's not a pub star. He's a wonderful player and member of the community. Anyway.
I have a
yeah, that was too bad he wasn't able to get that last dead stop.
Personal shout out from to Yvette. I love you. If you're watching. Anyways, we have Bowflex on Nick, Jeff on Rochelle, Nemi on Coach, and Polis on Ellis. CanadaRox talking about his awesome camera angles.
I don't know if you guys can read the chat. I'm not really sure if it's just choppy or if you're actually getting low resolution there and it's all fuzzy.
When I checked it on my friend's computer, it looked pretty nice quality, but I don't know. I wasn't tuning in very recently. I ran back to the computer the minute I saw him loading into the server.
Yeah, those of you who have watched a cast with CanadaRox on camera before know that he provides his own color commentary in the team chat throughout the whole thing. And I'm sure he's putting in all sorts of messages and then clearing them before sending them, making fun of us as casters. But you know, it's all good. And it looks like this game is going to go live.
This shit'll help.
Zone 69 getting a 3-1 setup right now. Jockey, Charger, Smoker, Boomer. One thing we've seen a lot of teams start doing in this area for this first hit is to drop the Boomer alone. But it looks like we're going to start off with a pull anyway. Boomer getting popped before getting anything, and the Charger's going to go down too. Wow, Jockey hitting in for a scratch there, being the high damage dealer in that attack, but pretty much nothing going in on Belligerent right there. And it looks like Zone 69's doing a lot of these quick hits that a normal team is not going to expect happening, but Belligerent's just got it two together, and they're not able to. They're not going to be able to get as many of those. Oh wow, Boomer spawning in front, actually managing to sneak up a little bit.
He's gonna get.
I think it's a YMT. He's gonna get this. Oh, he manages to sneak out with 8 HP.
Oh man. I do think he's going to get popped for sure.
A little ridiculous. Of course, it is going to distract the survivors quite a bit if they can manage to get a hit on this. Oh, and it does get popped. That's too bad.
Well, while we wait for that failed attack to come back up, I have a few shout-outs. Shout to Antero, who is Antero.
Let's go through.
Shout to Antero for being a super pro 0.001 reaction time and the world's best attitude.
Watch out! Take the clown down.
Oh, and Yvette is now watching, so shout out to Yvette, I love you. And I think that's all the shouts I have for
now. Alright, yeah, we're actually seeing Zone 69 lose a lot of attacks here. They've only really gotten one attack in and then lost a Boomer, which is a little unfortunate. Now they do have a Charge Jockey Hunter Spitter, which would have been a great attack, you know, half the map ago. But they should be able to work with this into this room here, assuming Belligerent isn't able to bait it out. Yeah, as CanadaRox is mentioning in that chat, this is a really good setup for the room. The jockey being able to grab first person into the room and getting intercepts with a charger and a hunter can be amazing. In such a small room, they'll take a lot of spit damage if any of those land.
Just taking it very slow.
Yeah, and they need to. This can be a devastating hit, and if ZSN makes it, they're actually going to be... They can actually get a huge advantage over BNT right here. Now, all of ZSN has made it into the room. It looks like Belligerent's still thinking about hitting here, though. I don't quite see where their SI are set up. Looks like they're all around this room, and they're just waiting for the opening they need. You can charge it, just get a spawn in the back, landing on Nick right. Spit going in, and the jockey not quite able to get in yet. Hunter also getting blocked at this point. Wow, they managed to get only 22 damage out of that hit, all from the charger, I believe.
Yeah, their infected play's gotten really sloppy.
Oh, I see. There is a tank up, though.
Yeah,
which
the
has
tank
probably
is
been up.
Yeah, the tank is in the hands of
the hit.
Smiley, who's sitting at 40% rage right now. He's pushing right down the stairs right now. They have a gas can set up, and they do not have any lights, so that gas can is going to be very important.
I hope I'm not glitched out here, but I see the tank just sitting there, maybe trying to throw rocks through the wall there. Oh yes, he is thinking about moving up now. They do have the tri-cap. This tank just needs to be able to push in properly. I don't think he's going to be able to get in without getting lit. He may be able to bait this, but he doesn't have the luxury of a pass to wait for. Yeah. And he does get lit. It's time for this tank to commit. We'll have to see who he can go after. Tank opting to stay up top for now. Probably a good idea so he can get maximum mobility. But he's already at only 2,000 health remaining. Charger landing, taking from the smoker, I believe. And we do have Ellis getting cornered by the tank. Pound's not quite landing there.
Massive amounts of damage on Coach. It's actually worth the tank in general. Ellis getting hurt. Wow. Damage spread wasn't that bad considering the circumstances.
Yeah, considering that tank had to push in while lit. They managed to get one in cap, or not quite an in cap. They managed to get two people bleeding out really far. Which, for a tank in that area, that's actually about what you should expect against a good team.
Yeah. The Zone 69 just needs to really land these infected attacks. I mean, that tank was pretty decent considering, so...
Yeah, they just need to do a lot better with the rest of the attacks. And Bowflex and popping Xeon as soon as she spawned into that jockey there. Apologize. Slipped with my tongue there a little bit. And the other SI not able to go again. Once again, Zone 69 managing to get one SI popped and then not go in.
They actually
the smoker going for the despawn. Yeah, they did commit the boomer, and they've got a quad boom. But it looks like... Oh, triple boom. I just didn't see the other survivor there.
It's fine.
3 is less than 4 sometimes, but not when you're doing Prodigy math.
Shout out to CanadaRox for being fat.
Always a good shout out. I support such shout outs. We've got Smoker, Charger, Hunter, Spitter, which could be a great attack for in these hallways or in the next room right here. And it looks like they are going to use it. Hunter going for a wall kick, but not able to get it. Pull does land, and I believe a charge lands, but gets cleared quite quickly. Oh, another hit going in and getting destroyed rather quickly by Belligerent's amazing clearing skills. Zone 69's managing to land a lot of their caps, but Belligerent's just way too good at clearing them. I haven't seen a charger land more than a punch since, I mean, the only one they've got in this map was on that tank.
They are sitting on 2 sets of pills. Polis is completely bleeding. Nemi's mostly bleeding, but Bo and Jeff are completely solid.
Now, Zone 69 does look like they have the setup they want for this. They managed to get a really good death order at the end of that last. I think Belligerent might be thinking they don't quite have the setup they want. Jockey is getting chipped a little bit up here by Pulis, who's moved in up front. And I believe the Jockey managed to skip that light. Oh, I didn't see there. Pulis actually got pulled off the side, but avoided taking any damage from it.
Oh, he took a little fall.
Oh, I see, and he pulled up afterwards, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, the jockey has been killed off at this point. Now there's only a charger left, whose spawn has just been blocked by Polis there. It looks like Belligerent's going to be able to push up on this with ease. This charger's probably going to wait and look for either a multi-charge or just wait for his teammates again for the next choke point.
Probably set it up for the second hill would be a good idea.
Now this can actually still be easy for survivors to juke right now.
Keep following the tracks.
Oh, no, they're opting for the drop?
Yeah, it looks like I don't think they were able to get their SI set up soon enough. Now, once again, this drop can be pretty good. And it looks like they're thinking about going in sooner. Getting some separation onto Polis right there, but Hunter getting skeeted. And wow, they're actually not managing to get their SI in at the same time as it all. Getting a charge onto Jeff in the back, but only getting 10 damage on it. Jockey almost trying to get that ledge pull right there, but getting cleared very quickly by Bowflexen, I believe.
Yeah,
the
that
right
was
click.
just an amazing shutdown. Like, this should be, like, the choke points of doom here, but they're just taking care of it so well. I don't know if it's partially DNT, partially Zone 69. I just think it's a little both.
I think Zone 69 is actually panicking a bit now. I mean, we saw a lot of their attacks come in staggered.
We actually have Boomer coming in on 2. Spitter, Hunter, Smoker holding.
Yeah, they need that Smoker to get some pullbacks here because it's really easy for teams to get locked into a continuous pullback situation, which can be really devastating. But they've only got one SI to do that right now, and Belligerent's actually opting to wait out a little bit of Horde and Boom before they move up. Hunter going in solo right there and actually getting killed rather quickly. Looks like they were trying to get a pounce and spit back there, but of course the Hunter didn't land. Pullback going in on Polis right there, but actually missing. Polis was actually quite boarded anyway. Oh, wow! Getting an in-cap onto Nemi with that pull. And a jockey actually managing to get more players pulled back. And Belligerent still has not hit that alarm yet. So this could actually be really bad for Belligerent. Zone 69 managing to get things done at the last minute.
Yeah, the Horde is coming in constantly. They need to be doing... luckily, Nemi has pills, so they'll be moving up again. We have a Boomer and spawn in spawn mode. Charger... Oh, God.
Yeah, the Boomer can actually hit this at any time, and it'll slow down the Survivor's age amount. Oh, actually getting 3 Survivors with that proxy. I don't know if that counts as a 3-bag. We do have the Charger spawned up in front to hold the Survivors back a bit. And, oh, getting dead stopped by Jeff right there.
Jeff's
the Charger getting... Yeah.
Equivalent to a right-click.
Reloading.
Absolutely. Yeah, Chargers may be big and they may be powerful, but if you just headbutt them, then their charge won't go through.
Charger's one weakness. Not good depth perception.
Yeah, and now we do have one Survivor split a little bit here. Jockey going, looks like he's gonna get the ledge pull again. Wow, as I said, it's real easy for Survivors to get caught in these sort of situations where they just keep getting pulled off the ledge again and again and again. Looks like the rest of the team's gonna push up and actually turn off the button here, which is definitely what they need to do.
Jeff, Polis going down, my bad. Getting onto the Hunter getting onto Polis, leaving clear quite quickly. I think BNT's panicking a little bit because their health's dropping because of the Horde, and that was just kind of a really bad separation, but I do think they will make it to the safe room.
Yeah, the Horde will keep coming in for a little bit after that button's off, but it looks like they're positioned well and able to kill off the Horde enough that unless this jockey gets some sort of amazing spawn, they're not going to be able to get a drop down again. And Charger going in on the back, but getting leveled actually by Polis right there, who still takes 10 damage from it. We do have Nemi slowly creeping up in back, but all of the Horde's going after Bowflexen right now, who's managed to get in the safe room, preserving his health bonus. Survivor's actually making it through with 236 health bonus at this point, which is actually a really good job considering how close they are to death.
Considering the map, I mean, Belligerent is doing very well. I think Zone 69's in a bad position right now. They need to make this map.
Yeah.
They're down 1,000 points right now. I mean, they at least need the distance, if anything.
Now, this map's usually hard for both teams to survive on. But if they do manage to take down this tank better than Belligerent did, they can actually even this up with health bonus if they just do some really good Survivor play on the event.
Only time will tell.
Absolutely. TNT looking like they want to set up for a hit here. Boomer is in the front. Zone 69 is going to slowly bait this, and it looks like the hit's going to go in. Ooh, Jockey getting killed immediately from the back. Charger and Smoker not quite able to push in as the survivors move backwards, and the Boomer getting popped before he can get anything. Wow.
That was a very, very uncoordinated staggered attack. Like, I can't even sugarcoat that. That was just awful.
Yeah, I think they were planning on going in as the survivors moved out into the next area, but Zone 69 just pushed back after they heard the spawns come up, and Belligerent didn't have anything there, getting 0 damage off that first hit.
They're actually running 4 Uzis, so I mean, it's just anything they try to come at is going to get tunneled.
Yeah, I have to say, Belligerent has the lead right now, but I bet both of these teams are feeling incredibly nervous. So many attacks getting taken down, so Hunter going in from the back but getting skeeted, and the pole actually getting destroyed quite quickly. 1 point of spin coming in there from that separation from Bowflexen. And Pull is actually not even spawning. It looks like they're gonna have that jockey set up for a hit on the tank spawn. Actually, what I think what they tried to do here, I'm not sure it's gonna work, is they're trying to bait the survivors into pushing up and starting the tank and having that jockey grab the first player. But barring that, it just acted as a sack for them. Yeah. They're gonna get a different setup here.
Charger, Boomer, Jockey, Smoker, not the ideal setup, but considering there's a tank, I mean, if that Boomer goes on Barf Bag,
I think what they would want here is actually a Spitter instead of that Smoker.
Yeah.
Hunter could be good too, but it would be a good setup to get them stuck in this room if they had that Spitter in there. Now, I'm gonna assume the tank's gonna spawn up as they get into that hallway there past the staircase. Zone 69 spreading out, blocking some spawns in the back. Looks like Boomer's gonna set up and boom on the retreat. And all of the other survivors are in front. Jockey going in, not quite able to get that grab right there. Actually getting chipped to about half health. And the tank hasn't even spawned, actually. That was just an attempt to get that grab. They still do have the rest of the SI in front. Smoker going in, not able to get the pull, but they do have the tank spawning up, and we do have a boom landing on one of the survivors. However, all 3 of our SI are stuck in front right now, and they're just going to have to drop these before they are able to push in with tank properly. Actually, Charger opting to wait right now. Might be a good idea, since he can take it a little more abuse as he tries to walk in.
Tank is up in the hands of BRB Bowflexen.
I gotta say, though, Belligerent's gotta be just looking at their score tab, though, and asking themselves, how is this happening? They've only got 9 points in total. I'm really good at math. So they're gonna need to do some mega work with this tank.
The tank has passed a Polis, and he's sitting at 85% rage and dropping. He's committing. He is lit.
Getting lit, following a similar path that we saw ZSN's tank take. He is cutting him off in the back now, though. SI not quite moving in. Now we have a Charger moving in. Survivor, actually, Coach getting pound, stealing from the tank right there. The tank actually had him cornered. I believe we had a jockey lane for a little bit, but now the tank is alone and hasn't even gotten a single in-cap yet.
Coach gave beautiful chukes at the end of that tank, saving himself from an in-cap, and they're sitting at 900 health bonus right now, as opposed to Belligerent's 232 at the end of this map. So they're looking pretty good.
Polis's tank, right? Yeah, the same as on map 1, missing a few of those punches, which is really unfortunate, seeing as how that was about all he had at that point was punches onto Coach, not able to get them through.
That one missed punch that cost him the in-cap was just brutal. I mean, in-caps take out quite a bit of health bonus, so I mean...
Yeah, I heard a quote a long time ago, I don't remember who said it, but it was, as soon as you miss one punch, it's just a fail train of a tank after that point.
Oh, Charger actually missing and Spit doing nothing.
Wow, Zone 69 actually looking like they're going to beat Belligerent this map. Of course, we've got some deadly choke points up ahead, but they've got the attitude and they've got the, they've got the record so far.
Yeah,
I think they can actually push through this.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see the coaster here. I don't know if Belligerent's going to save or they're going to go in. We have a Jockey, Hunter, see what Jeff grabs, Boomer, and Charger. I don't know. I think they might sack for... Yep, they are sacking for Smoker.
Yeah, Hunter gonna go in. It looks like they're saving the Boomer, though.
Yeah,
Not actually completely sure that they're gonna get the Smoker from just dropping that Hunter.
The Spinner won't be bad, too. Spinner or Smoker will definitely help them. But the Spinner relies on the Charger landing, so... They start the crescendo. Bowflexen grabbing a Smoker, so they do have the setup they wanted, I'd imagine.
Absolutely. Of course, we saw Belligerent take out this hit pretty easily on their Survivor side. We do have the Boom going in onto ZSN Smiles right now, who is actually sitting to take out that Smoker when he spawns. Jockey moving in on front, but getting destroyed there by Rezebian. And the Charger is actually about to have his spawn taken, but he's going to go in beforehand and managing to get Rezebian, who gets cleared. Wow, by ZSN Smiles, I believe, got that clear there at the last moment. We still have the Smoker up, but he's getting chipped pretty hard. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get anything. Yeah,
It's
Smoker
actually
opting for despawn right now.
Very high-level Survivor play from Zone 69.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not an easy tank to do damage with, and honestly, Zone 69's, even though they didn't do as well in their infected attacks, they're actually managing to do quite well in their Survivor right now, showing Belligerent up. We have a Boom going in on... Yeah. Jinx, personal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, enough of that. Getting pullbacks here. Belligerent kind of staggering their spawns a little bit at this point.
Actually, the fall damage on Ellis,
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ellis took a bit of fall damage where I heard him scream.
Sorry, I didn't quite notice that. And it looks like they're setting up for the Frank charge on front here, but it's not quite going to make it. Oh, Jockey getting taken down from the back. Now they're going to save this Charger for the next ramp here. They might be able to get something with this. Of course, they only have a Boomer and a Spitter to play alongside of it. Looks like they're going to opt to wait for this this last curve here and maybe get a charge and spit on the inside, which could be good, but health bonus is not heading up right here.
Yeah. If they can clear this, oh, we have a Charger coming in actually really early, and the Spitter are very late.
Yeah, only getting chip in on Rezebian right now, though, who isn't even carrying any health bonus. The Survivors are actually sitting at 600 health bonus right now, 650 or so.
Jockey, their only separation, he just got destroyed.
Oh, wow.
I think they might keep this health bonus. They have...
Yeah. Belligerent has nothing right now. They get that boom in, but they have nothing to stop the Survivors from making it across this ramp.
Smoker
Using
coming
up...
in! Oh, missing, barely. Oh my god, that smoke could have gone off. Everything could have changed. But now it's looking like it's a free run to the safe room.
Zone 69 needs to be careful, though. They do have some powerful cappers right here, and if they just barrel through this and not pay enough attention, they can take a lot of damage right here. We do have a pull and a charge, both landing right now. Hunter coming in for the 3 cap, not quite landing it. Wow, this is actually really bad. Nemi not able to get that punch, but they did get the health bonus down on Ellis, who's in-capped right now in spit.
And the Horde is still coming in, and that's going to bummer Smiley. They have lost 200 health bonus from this attack. Your prediction's exactly, Prodigy, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that was no good. But it looks like they're going to make it through this, still with 400 health bonus. And I'm not completely sure since the score display's messed up for me right now, but that might actually put them in the lead.
And it does. Oh
wow,
my God.
by 60 points.
Wow. We have
what
two
a close game.
2 maps left, and we have a 60-point lead on Zone 69. That is just high-level play.
High-level play, indeed.
I was having predictions, like, swinging towards Belligerent after map 1, but now I have no idea whatsoever. I'm completely in the dark about who's going to win this one. This is an excellent game.
Yeah. This is one of the closest, most exciting games I've cast in a long time.
Yeah.
I've got a shout-out from Breaker right now. Shout-out to community. Join the Jayism exhibit.
For those who don't know, the J's in X-Men is just a lovely, lovely batch of quotes from Shade. Shade being the most intelligent player in the Left 4 Dead community.
Hey, there's...
He is a figure of respect for everyone.
Shade's actually a pretty cool guy, but
Oh, yeah,
he says some funny things sometimes, and some people have collected some of them.
Shade is actually very cool, very chill for the most part, and it's just
Yeah, if any of you guys ever go to the Cybergamer Pug bot, chances are you're going to end up in a game with Shade, and if you're on his team, great. If you're not on his team,
great.
great. I mean, but he's a good guy, and it's great to play with him.
Yeah. Most people in this community are pretty good. Most people in the competitive community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have our fair share of trash talking and grudge matches and whatnot, but it's a wonderful community, and it's going to be great to see all of them at the GXL. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Everyone sign up.
I have a couple shout-outs. Maudie shout-outing to Shade for being permanently mad. Ooh, I wouldn't like that. Kiss Me shout to Breaker, you suck at this game. Damn.
Shout out to Phil Jackson, play Morkenfogel, from an entire sleeve of Fig Newtons.
I actually love Fig Newtons. The player, not the food.
They are
Yeah.
delicious.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
an amazing name, I was noticing. I mean, do you know how... I could actually eat an entire sleeve of Fig Newton. I would do that. Give me a sleeve of Fig Newtons, I would eat it. They're actually delicious.
I was playing the Community for Fame with him last night. He had some sick nerdballer tanks. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've played with him a couple times too, he's pretty good.
Anyways, back to the action. We have Belligerent infected with Spitter, Jockey, Charger, Smoker. And Zone 69 Rocking Out Survivors looks like... I think Xeon's from an HR? Yeah, I can't tell right now because of the spec cut.
Yeah, Xeon is their HR. Xeon is actually a graphic artist, graphic designer.
He's actually...
Who's made... He? I thought it was a she. I'm pretty sure it's a she.
I have no idea.
Oh, well, either way, Xeon made the logos for... I believe they made one for Belligerent and made one for Zone 69. They're actually very good looking. We do have the infected come...
Smoker getting a pole. Charger! Oh!
Ouch! Charger getting absolutely destroyed by that hunting rifle right there. Not able to get anything. We do have about 15 chip going in.
Now
the smoker's still up.
crazy. Oh my god.
Everybody wants to shout out during this amazing match.
Yeah.
We'll probably wait until the end of the round at least to put him in though.
Of course, I'm probably gonna wait until the ready up again, because this is just so much action. We have Polos grabbing a boomer. I think Bowflex is trying to get a despawn on the Smoker.
He's sitting at the back of the safe room in order to get the despawn as quickly as possible.
I don't think he's gonna be able to get it. I think they're gonna have to wait for outside the past the bumper cars.
Yeah, I think it might be about when they get into the bumper car area though.
Oh, there.
Oh, he just gets it right now. We have a little bit of a horde coming in right now, but I'm not sure if the SI are going to be able to set up on this. They're getting set up, thinking about going in, it looks like, and it's just going to depend on that Jockey. I think Jockey spawning up, Boomer in the back, not quite going in yet, getting popped though when he does go in. We do have, yeah, Charger failing right there, but the Smoker does get a pull there for a little bit, only getting about 5 or 6 more chip at this point.
Yeah, and Zone 69 go completely rush all past the bumper cars, past the gate. I mean, that was not a good trade-off.
Well, actually, it looks like they're not going for it.
Oh!
They're going to sit here and look for some more items. I believe they got that pipe bomb
They
just
are
now.
taking out the bell so the tank does it when the tank spawns, I believe. Or not? I don't know. They were sitting on it.
I think they failed doing it. They got the shot and they tried to do it, but the adren ran out. That's too bad. I guess he shot up and tried to get a melee weapon and failed or something.
That's kind of tragic. I mean, that... Oh, and the tank... As we say that, the tank falls in the hands of Bowflex.
Pull is dropping his spitter right here, but the survivors don't care. He's going to have to run back to the tank and get punched out. Bowflex and quite abusive to spitters on his team. Hunter and Boomer in spawn right now, and all I can hear at this point is that helicopter going by.
And Rock coming in. Oh, missing. Landed on the sign, I believe.
Not exactly the best place to be getting rocks in. I have seen teams do it, and you can do it, but
Oh!
Oh, wow! And as we say that, Smiles eats a rock for Zone 69 right there.
Make sure to put some milk with that. Crap. We have another rock coming in, and I think they're going back to the safe room right now, but yeah. Bowfix is gonna hit the roof.
Gotta shut that clown up.
Yeah, it looks like they're just moving back in because they got boomed right now, which is a safe move.
Xeon's actually chipping him through the roof. I mean, through the little crack, and he lost
Oh, wow.
almost 1,000 health from that chip. And he's going in for the alarm right now. This is where that Adrian...
He needs to hold out for a little bit, though. They've still got that spitter. They need to drop it again. Bowflexion just needs to get a little bit of sight. Of course, the survivors are still in that safe room, so
he's losing
nothing quite
rage,
happening
though.
yet.
He's losing rage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, might pass. Yeah, it's definitely going to pass.
Oh, that's lame.
And as the tank passes, he hits the horde. And here it comes. Nemi in control of the tank right now. And
Getting another spitter, that's just too awful. I can't imagine B&T's very happy about this. 3 spitters in a row during tank, and they've already hit the horde.
The tank's still losing rage. I think it might be bugged. He's going to have to commit to this. Yeah, and this is just tragic. Oh, Smiley eats some punches for breakfast.
They do manage to get some caps in there and getting 1 in cap right now. Tank actually getting a couple more punches, 1 more onto YMP before finishing up with that hit.
That was truly sad bug, but I don't know what we're going to do about this. Are we going to have to restart this map? We're gathering the brain trust to see what we're going to do about this. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and read some shoutouts. Breaker, shout out to Ice Cube, Team Asia forever. Lottie, a shout out to casters for summoning tanks with the power of their commentary. Shout out to Kiss Me, shut up. Kiss Me, shout out to War, kiss my starfish. War, shout out to Kiss Me for being in my level and telling me to give a shout out to him. He spammed that to me 4 times. I'm not going to say it 4 times. And we're back on the action, well, text action rather, and I think we're going to restart this chapter.
Yeah, it looks like Zone 69 is probably discussing it with themselves right now, but it looks like we're probably going to do this. Yeah, that's the thing about this glitch. It's not like both tanks are going to not lose rage. It's just one tank sometimes loses rage while they're in the safe room. And it looks like the vote's going in for the restart chapter. Should probably unpause the game. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here with
God.
this vote.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it is going through. Both teams being good sports about this. I'm getting yelled at to read shoutouts right now.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Did you already read one from War?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or one from Hatter, actually. Shout out to War. Briz is hands down the best looking Mexican baby ever.
This is the same scores that we did before. So
Yes, it should be.
Thanks to Val for that feature. I mean, that's really handy to have.
I've got a shout out from Ice Cube. Shout out to Kiss Me, his sexy black voice. And I believe I have one from Breaker, too. Shout out to Warren Hatter. I am stealing Briz, your love child, and I will make him the best. Briz and Breaker do play together quite a bit, but is Briz actually on the Whip Your Cow roster? I don't know for sure. Apparently me and CanadaRox and Tony Stark and Cave all need to spectate.
That squeaking is driving the zombies crazy.
Shout from Madi. Wait, shout to Madi from Tony Stark in a cave. La 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 la.
You need to spectate up now. Okay, you got it. Yeah, the teams are sort of wondering what's going to happen if that bug happens again. Of course, since we've done a chapter restart, we might not even see the tank in the same place.
Shout out to Error, I love you, but I will wait until next map to say it. Error is the sexiest tank in the world. And Ryu appears that like is timed out. Yeah, he left the game. So we'll be waiting on him. Coach bot showing everyone who's boss. Switching back to his pistol rapidly.
He really wants to pick up that hunting rifle. But he's just not gonna get it. It's already been taken. Someone else has it.
I love his face. He's just got a face of disappointment. Why can't I pick up the hunting rifle? What's going on? He just wiped his face.
Stopping to wipe his nose there. I actually got a shout out to Canada for doing good for the community from, I'm not even sure who this is, but their alias right now is Come On, Let's Dance.
Well, I guess I can read shout out since we're waiting. Error, shout to Antero. Got 4, bro? Love level 31 Scrim Wizard.
Oh, where's Ryu? Ryu can't join. Why can't Ryu join? I'll find out. Looks like Ryuzebian's having trouble connecting right now. I'm gonna fiddle with something. We do have the scores down right now, and it's only a 60-point difference between these two teams. So, worst case scenario, we may end up moving to a different server or something like that.
Yeah. Shout out from Kiss Me to Canada. I'm not going to read that.
It'd be a good idea. Got a shout out to Asian from Joni saying, "How did your game go, bro?" Isn't Asian on one of these teams though? Isn't Asian on Zone 69?
I thought he was. I got a shout out from Breaker to Black Number. Stop being black.
Having some real problems getting Ryuzebian connected here. Not sure what the issue is.
I say they just run it with Coach. Got a shout out to Rids for keeping the streets of Gotham clean. What?
Yeah, for those of you who are tuning in or have forgotten in the past 5 minutes, Zone 69 is up by only 60 points right now. Looks like Ryuzebian's going to restart his router. This is going to be one of those situations where eventually one player decides to pick up and go to the store and buy a new computer just to play out the game. hopefully not actually going to happen, though. I have seen issues like this before, though, where, like, somebody's router or something decides that they shouldn't be talking to the server anymore, and so they temporarily, like, block packets from that IP.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Ryu's having that issue. So, please, anybody watching, keep us entertained so we can keep you entertained. Send me more shout-outs.
Send me
I've
some
got a
too.
shout-out from Shade that's, who's winning? So I told him.
Yeah, just keep sending us shout-outs. Send me more than Prodigy so I can feel better, special. All the above. Send me shout-outs!
If you really want to be annoying, just send them to Canada and then wonder why they don't get read out on the air.
Canada's so big, I got fucking fried chicken. Trying to mess with little street settings.
Absolutely.
Wait, what is he doing?
He's playing Flash Revolution? Are you really? Wow.
I'm not reading that kid.
Kids me up, like, is actually showing up in the GXL because he lives in the area. And so, yeah. At least that's what he said on one of the threads, so.
I feel like 5 years.
Canada's, although he is fat, he's actually really in shape.
What a conundrum.
What a conundrum. As our shout-out pointed out earlier, Canada's fat, but he's not fat. I've got a shout-out from Ramadi to Canada for a bag of milk. It looks like they have a backup ready in case Jimmy can't get back in. And of course, we could just switch servers if needed. And I don't know if Canada's on that Scrim network, but I'm sure if he is, you're all seeing messages about the Pokemon. I've got a shout out to Shad, Shade. Miss your body next to mine every night. Wow, actually getting a little dirty there. For all you people just sitting there waiting during the plot, you should totally go to L4D Nation and open up the cast thread for this cast and say, wow, the game is paused right now, but it's really close and it's really awesome, and everybody should tune in right now. Or maybe in like 5 minutes once we get this fixed. What a long pause. This pause can only be matched by Team Ace level pauses. I think Ryu doesn't know how to do starter
Keep sending me shoutouts if you don't have me added to the Cybercast.
Yeah, that's stevecommunity.com/group/cybercasters. There's a link, I believe, on both of the threads I posted for this.
I feel unloved.
Now I'm wishing that we had the trivia set up for people. I've got a shout out from Kissy, actually. Shout out to the community. Remember the golden rule. If it ain't paused, it ain't competitive. Absolutely true.
Absolutely true.
There's also a shout out in the Cybercasters group to the cameraman, Toasty. Apparently Canada's doing quite well on Flash Revolution. Yes, there are people watching this. Canada.
Damn it, Canada.
Meanwhile, back in the game, our two teams are playing hand-to-hand with each other. Zone 69 is having them guess a 7-letter word right now. They've guessed
really
S and E, and they've missed both of them, I believe. Let's suggest that maybe the word is wealth.
Oh, there we go. He's loading it right.
Oh, Zebian finally coming back, and they're about to lose at Hangman pretty epically. Ooh, we're actually about ready to unpause right now. Sorry about that long wait, but I hope you all kept sufficiently entertained.
Oh, according to Xeon, the word was Molotov. And we're really gonna get rolling.
Absolutely, Ryu setting up again, and it looks like the survivors are still in the safe room.
I think we will be able to play both sides because Convoco hasn't registered a previous round health bonus, but I don't know. I don't pretend to be an expert on these things.
No, the restart chapter vote actually works really well. There's some other methods people used to use in the past that would screw it up, but it should be working.
Okay.
That clown's bringing friends, man. Take him down.
Alright, now this time we have a 2-2 setup for Belligerent, though. Hunter Jockey along with that Boomer Spitter. It looks like they've had enough time to set up that they may just go as soon as they exit the safe room. And the attack does go in. Boomer not able to land anything. A Pounce and Spit does land on CSN Smiles a little bit right there. Getting
Overall
about 15 damage in.
Yeah.
Actually a little bit more, 19 damage. But, actually not too bad considering the 2-2 setup. It would have been a lot better if they managed to get that boom in to slow down the survivors a little bit.
They have already an extra set of pills at the benches, but they'll need it because depending on where this tank spawns.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend taking that either.
Hunter,
We
Jockey,
do have-
Boomer, Charger, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, absolutely, go ahead. Yeah, it is a 3-1, as Blade described for us.
It's just so much to talk about, I can't help talking over Prodigy. Oh yeah, Boomer coming in. Oh.
Getting one onto YMT right there.
But I
All
don't
the
think
other
it's
SI
going
jumping in right now, but I don't think they're able to get this Charger trying to run away. It's smacking straight into a wall. Actually kind of silly looking, but it looks like our SI are going to opt to wait for the next show, because they did not really have an entrance there. Actually, they all managed to get away with considerably high amounts of health, so that wasn't really too bad by them. It was a good save.
Oh, and the
And a Charger coming in.
In the hands of Demi. We have the Charger coming in, a couple of punches. 3!
Oh wow, the
4,
charge misses
5.
charge, but it's not getting killed quickly at all. And Tank actually cornering one of the survivors. Nemi missing a punch, but now he should have the corner right there. Only needing one more punch onto Xenon right there, getting the in-cap. And if he works this dumpster, he can actually get the kill before the survivors can do anything. Missing one punch right there. YMT might actually get cornered by that. Opting to go for an extra punch there.
HR is down. This could be so bad. Oh, why is he going down? We have Jeff, the only other one. Jeff, Spinner and Boomer up. How tragic.
Where did that dumpster go? The dumpster went through the wall there, actually keeping the survivors alive right now. Wow. Shout out to great hittable collision detection, letting CSN get away with all of their survivors alive at this choke point.
Reloading! That'll hold me.
Reloading!
They are all bleeding except for Ryu, though. They really need to watch him. But yeah, they actually still took a ton of damage from that tank. I mean, BNT did
that's
beautiful
for sure.
there. I think they just got really, really bad luck with that Spinner Boomer.
Reloading here!
But we have a 3 pins coming up, and I don't know who this 4-death Bolus is about to spawn it in right now in 2 seconds. Or get it spawned, I got it.
Get it in spawn.
In spawn.
We do have a horde coming in right now, I believe. Just a clown horde. They're getting mowed down by that hunting rifle. Yeah, they did manage to survive that tank, but they still aren't in a beautiful position at this point. Looks like the Boomer's actually thinking about starting this attack from the outside right here, and then the SI would pour in from the front. Boomer spawning up. Charger not able to get the spawn, being blocked over there. A Smoker actually managing to get a pull on one of the survivors. And of course, Rochelle getting stuck in that room with the Charger, getting in-capped right now. They only have one survivor with permanent health.
Everyone's been down except for Ryu. Like I said, you need to watch him like a hawk, because he is holding up their 392 health bonus right now.
Absolutely. Even so, with 3 survivors bleeding, they've got a good amount of health items right now, but with 1 or 2 more good hits, they could have a lot of slow survivors during this event, which is never a good thing to have.
We have a 2-2. Boomer, Spitter, Hunter, Smoker, and Boomer getting popped. Smoker coming in, getting cleared immediately. Spitter,
actually managing to get a bit of a pounce and spit right there onto YMT.
That was actually crippled him.
Yeah, it did. He does have a shot in his hand though, but they're running out of health items, and they've got 3 people bleeding out. They have a Witch here at the corner. They should probably just push this crown and take it out really quickly. Coach going in for it, and looks like he's going to get it no problem right there. ZSN Ryu, even while carrying the whole health bonus, has no problem getting that crown.
They have a one shot, and that is the only health item they have for this whole choke point. This choke point can be brutal if you do not have a melee weapon, which I have learned firsthand.
I'm not sure how many of the survivors do have melee weapons right now, though, but we do have the hit going in. Hunter and Charger bouncing around a little bit, but not actually getting anything. The Boomer getting popped, too. ZSN actually taking this out pretty well. Pull going in on Smiles right there, but it's going to get taken out. Looks like they're going to keep that Smoker. No, Smoker now needs to go get killed after taking a lot of chip. And these spawns are going to be really staggered with this Smoker.
But he actually got a few scratches down there, taking YMT down to low health. I mean, oh my god, they had no health items. They're going to be affording that. But I think Ellis is going to have to commit that shot before this with these games open.
Ooh, BNT getting a 2-1 right now with Spitter, Boomer, and Hunter. Not great. They don't have that Charger. Boomers and Spitters are both really good here if you can use them right. And we do have a triple boom going in right there. 3-bag. But we don't have any cappers able to go in at this point. And the Spitter looks like he dropped it, or actually got killed maybe before even spitting. We do have the Charger waiting at the end of the map, though.
Charger coming in. Out. He is waiting. Oh, Rochelle going down.
Reloading!
Sorry, I gotta take care of the spectators wandered in.
Oh, getting a pull. Oh, getting cleared very quickly. Boomer coming in, getting YMT. Rochelle going to get picked up, but it's not going to have any problem getting to the safe room. Going to walk in with 256, protecting Ryu very well.
We are all right.
CSN showing how it's done. I really think BNT needed to just focus on Ryu for those last 3 attacks, but they just chose to try to get some in caps, go for that full wipe.
I'm actually worried for BNT. They're actually Zone 69 getting a lot of momentum. They're doing very well now. Protected Ryu just absolutely to a T.
Absolutely.
And they actually got a very commanding health bonus by protecting him. And, alright, we have Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, Jockey coming down the infected side. Bowflexing around the hunting rifle as before. And we'll be waiting for this attack.
Different for this round, of course, is that BNT now knows where that tank's going to spawn up, and so does ZSN. So they're both going to be able to prepare themselves for it. However, I don't really see ZSN being able to get a devastating attack in there, and I think BNT is actually going to have a bit of an advantage from that. I would not be surprised if BNT managed to get through this map with a bigger health bonus than ZSN got.
Yeah, for sure. I have a shout out to myself. Does the truth exist beyond the gate? Huh? Shout out to Choke Point from Tony Stark in a Cave. You shall not pass.
Reload!
I actually have so many chat windows open because I haven't been closing them. But feel free to keep posting shouts in the chat group for Cybercasters, or messaging me them, or messaging Prodigy.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't even have to have us on your friends list. You can just right-click us on that chat group to send them to us. We do have the hit going in now, and actually managing to hit quite a few of their cappers right now. One boomed and hoarded guy in some spit, but actually managing to get out there, aided by some comments pushing him, I believe. Of course, ZSN did register 25 or so damage off of this. Actually, almost 30 damage.
Yep, 29. See, I can count.
Yeah, I just count slower. Now, Belligerent is pushing up here a little bit.
I think
They
they're
are a
trying
little
to
bit
trigger the
separated.
tank. They might be just trying to, yeah. Jeff is very separated, actually.
They're separated. They did get the tank to spawn, though.
Oh.
Two survivors getting caught in this front room. Looks like Coach is going to be able to clear it, though, without a problem. Yeah, like I said, I think Belligerent was going to get the advantage from knowing where this tank spawn was. Xeon tossing his dumpsters in the air sometime. And it looks like it's going to head in
Going
to be able to use that. But it's going to be a little bit delayed, losing a lot of line of sight going for this. Oh, and now it's getting stuck again.
Oh.
Xeon tossing
this
it
is
backwards.
just-
It's not going to be worth it to go for at this point, I don't think. Actually, it could be since it's still up on that roof, and they still need to drop a spitter.
It looks like it's going to be passing.
Yeah, it should be passing any moment now. Getting some last-minute line of sight.
He's actually lost 900 health just from the HR. And passing over to YMT. Oh, double passing? Yeah, double passing to Smiley.
Oh no, that's not good, and they're stuck with another spitter. This is the same thing that we saw happen to BNT last round.
The tides have turned.
They absolutely have.
And, yeah, the tank getting chipped very hard the minute he pokes his little head out. And, oh, the spitter going down, so he just has to hold this for 20 more seconds, and they might be able to do some work with this.
Bowflexen giving a courtesy clear on that spitter. Of course, the tank has taken 1,800 chip at this point. Sitting at under 75% health right now. It's not a good position to be in. He is going to push up for this, for the mustachio button. Hopefully he can get it before he loses rage. He's only at about 20%. He does hit it, and he's pushing in pretty directly. Survivor's now in the safe room, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. He needs to wait for this horde to come in a little bit, though. Now, luckily, the tank is not losing rage at this point. He is committing.
He's getting
barely any health
destroyed.
left.
Multi-hit!
With the capper multiing with the tank right there. Getting one in-cap onto Jeff. And actually, barely with any health left. Pushing in on the survivors. He might be able to get one more.
Nick
Getting close in
reloading!
onto Nemi.
Oh my god.
Not quite as good as Belligerent managed to do with their tank, but still pretty good considering the circumstances.
But if
We're gonna...
Belligerent can hold this health bonus, they will take the lead on into the final map. At the final map, everyone loves it. Everyone knows it. It's Dark Carnival 5.
Absolutely. And of course that 5 can actually swing the game either way depending on that first tank. So even if BNT does pull ahead here, there's still more to see. Now we do have another hit set up right here. It is a 3-1 with the Boomer. We do have Charger, Smoker, and Hunter. Hunter looks like he's going to just scare off the survivors a little bit at this point from the front. And it looks like we're going to have that hit get a win. I imagine Charger's going to get... Oh, he just barely whiffs right there. We did have a 2-cap, though, with that Smoker in the back actually getting a good amount of chip onto Nemi right there. Nemi going down to about 15 or 20 permanent health. So they didn't manage to land a 3-cap, but they got a good enough chip that it looks like if they just keep up some attacks like this, they're going to be able to make it through this map. They're going to be able to get rid of the health bonus of DNT and actually keep the point spread fairly low.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we have spawns coming in. Jockey, 2-2. Jockey, Charger, Boomer, Spitter. And we'll see what they do with it. Say about 600 health bonus compared to Zone 69's 252. They need to hold this. Boomer coming in, getting on 1. And I guess they're just holding for this. I don't think
Looks like they're thinking about coming in, maybe following some Horde right now, but the Horde's mostly blocked behind the door.
Yeah, they decide not to commit to this, and Jockey actually getting chipped down to almost half.
That might actually be a really good move, though. If they can get one more capper like a Smoker for these rooftops, that's going to be really favorable for Zone 69. What do you think, Blade?
Yeah, definitely. I think it can swing either way. I mean, the boomer would have been nice to have, but they did not have enough people blind to go commit to that attack, and they might actually be going in right now, and Jock going in and getting that stopped. I mean, they're not exactly sure what they want to do. I think Smiley just hit the trigger button a little too fast, and now they're just going to rush the choke point. That was actually a very, very bad mistake by Zone69, and a very good call by Belligerent.
Yeah, absolutely. They do still have 3 SI for this hit, and if they wait long enough, they could actually get Smiles, scaring them off a little bit with this Hunter moving to the back, who may actually just go for the despawn.
Yeah, they
But
might
no,
actually
he's going to move up.
For the witch. Oh,
And
no,
they
here
do
we
have
go.
a pull into charge, but it looks like the pull's going to miss, and everything is going to get destroyed so quickly there. PNT once again showing us that they can clear SI attacks faster than you can say clear SI attacks. Oh wow, we had the smoker go for a pullback onto Bowflexen right there, but Bowflexen just said, no sir, I'm not going to let you have that. Oh wow, Polis actually missing the crown, but the witch being a little silly right there. Just running right past her.
You can never rely on the witch to do anything, right? Polis going, you saw nothing.
Wow, that was actually quite silly. Of course, I wouldn't have too much to complain about as Zone 69, but we do have the hit going, getting a pounce and spin onto Bowflexen right there. Like I said, Zone 69 is actually doing really well, chipping down this health bonus just piece by piece. They only have 1 player left with health bonus on Belligerent right now, and it's Polis, sitting at about 46 health right now, permanent.
Yeah, they're not, I mean, this is fairly close to Zone 69's. I mean, their lead just got crushed by that.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Bowflexen get back up, the health bonus has popped to about 330. But with just 1 more good hit, especially if they can get this health bonus down on Polis, that's going to be it for the health bonus. And we have to remember that Eusebian actually had a nice health bonus going in on the first half. They do have a 3-1 hit though, with the spitter that they want. Charge going in, actually just barely getting Coach right there. And Polis still pulled, actually losing a lot of health bonus. They still do have a considerable amount, but I think Jeff's going to go down right here. Actually, just barely sitting at 1 health. Well, yeah, like you said, Blade, 180 health bonus. Pipe Bomb actually taking down Jeff right there. But the Horde is pretty much ended as the survivors have pushed to the end of this area. Oh, Pull is actually taking spit damage to finish getting Jeff up.
Wow. Very solid infected at the end by Zone 69.
Definitely still going in for 1 last hit, but not quite going to make it.
Wow, and what are the scores going to be right now? It is going to be 2,347 on Belligerent to 25-19 on Zone 69. This is still a stupid close game.
This is ridiculously close. I haven't seen a Dark Carnival game this close since... probably since the Confogel Cup, to be honest. Then again, usually Dark Carnival games, it goes one way or the other around 4th map.
Yeah.
A 200 point spread on going into finale is barely anything though.
And 1 bad decision on this tank and it can be over. I mean, just by the health bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if both teams do make it past the tank, it can be pretty close. Especially on the individual map scores. The scores for this map can be really even if both teams are making it past that tank. Usually, you see a lot of bleed out after the tank and a wipe on first or second finale tank.
I'm just really excited to see this last map, Prodigy. This is just going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So now that we've seen both teams play, what are you thinking is going to be the outcome of this? Who's going to win, Blade?
It's still too close to say. I mean, it's just like, and loving that weapon setup, hunting rifle and shotgun. 2 hunting rifles and a shotgun. This might actually come down to a pretty interesting tank fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's still too close for me to say it's going to come down to this tank. Honest, it might actually. I'm rambling now.
I think if both teams make it past this tank, Zone 69 is going to have a bit of an advantage because 1, their health bonus is up right now, and 2, they've seemed to be a little bit better on just hitting quickly and doing work with their hits. But yeah, it's really anybody's game. We'll have to see what happens.
Spitter stacking for the tank in expectance of it, rather. And
yeah,
Ignite
usually
by the
you
trigger
try
of
to
it.
sack that Spitter to get points so you become the tank. But he wasn't able to get any points with that.
Jeff in control of the tank for this one with a Jockey Charger, and Nimi 6 seconds on his spawn.
Yeah, I'm guessing we'll probably see a boomer here, actually, is what I'm expecting, but a 3-cap would be good too. They do have a 3-cap, and it's a pretty good 3-cap for this situation. Some pretty hard to clear SI for this. It's a 100 Jockey Charger. We'll have to see. This tank is probably going to move in pretty quickly. Moving in right now. Survivor's chipping him quite a bit. He's a little above 50%. Missing his first punch. Oh, missing another punch, getting taken by the Charger. However, we do have 2 Survivors getting 2-capped right now. And he does get one of them cornered. Whoa! I did not see that Jockey Link. We do have a quad right at him. CSN Smile still able to move it back. About going for that clear onto the last Survivor. Managing to get the clear. Of course, the tank can protect these. If the tank can stay alive for a little bit here, be able to get 2 kills. But no, getting that clear onto the Hunter right there.
Oh my
Wow.
god, I thought that was
actually
over.
making through.
I thought that was over.
That was fucking tense. Pardon my French, but that was ridiculous.
Oh my god, that was... Oh my god, that tank hadn't missed those punches, that would have been over, but they capitalized on that mistake so much. And now Belligerent's now gonna be in panic mode because they have to play this finale.
Yeah.
But Zone 69 having to commit 2 pills, I mean, they're definitely not in great shape, but that clear was amazing. I mean, that juke around the tank, it was just...
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely. And then clearing that Hunter with the sniper from range was just made that tank's work go from amazing to, fairly standard, actually. But, of course, we do still have a lot left from this finale. B&T Nemi hopping in as a bit of a distraction and moving up again. We do have all 3 cappers still alive. Charger getting cleared just before he's able to land. And we do have a little bit of a pounce and spit landing there, but not a lot coming in from it.
I hit it.
It's just so tense, I mean...
Yeah, I cannot believe this game.
Yeah, Belligerent has to be panicking in the war room right now. I mean, it's just, what do? We need to wipe them. I mean, we have to make this tank. I mean, I just would not be in a good mental position for them.
Yeah, honestly, it's going to depend more on what Belligerent does on Survivor side.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to worry about that. On this side, their game plan is going to be pretty well laid out for him by how this map goes. They're probably going to bleed during the first tank, and then either just do it completely rock tank or do a really late commit on it.
Yeah.
And then the second tank's usually to put the nail in the coffin. We do have another hit going in right here, actually managing to get up a punch onto Smile. Removing some of that health bonus. Yeah, and crippling him for sure.
Gonna have to commit some of these stage pulls, and that's just not good. They haven't even made it to the first tank yet.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like Rochelle's going to hold off on pilling, probably at least until the first attack, if not later.
Just
getting some fireworks canisters set up pretty well, actually clearing a lot of horde with them.
Yeah. And it looks like B&T's going to be set up for another attack with a Jockey Charger Smoker Spitter 3-1. So is this going to be... I don't know, I've seen a lot of attacks go well here, and as I say that, Jockey's planning to distract, Spitter coming in, spitting, and on the roof actually, Smoker getting a pull down, doing a little bit of damage actually. Oh, wow.
Sion getting distracted and actually getting charred in the back, taking away about 20 or 30 health. I didn't quite see exactly how much, but putting the last non-bleeding survivor down into pill range.
Smiley refusing to take pills, saying, "Oh, I don't need them."
And you can get away with that during these events. It's actually really good if you can avoid bleeding out. But he is holding the last set of pills that they've got with them. They've got 2 more sets of pills on stage and 2 adrenalines, but those will run out quite quick.